I know there was an elevator in there, that's,
So it's gone.
okay. All right.
Good, good.
Yeah,
I'm showing
yes,
my age.
yes, what I've done.
Okay.
so we're good.
I'm showing my age.
All right, motion on the floor, moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, Mr. President, we need to speak about street sweeping expansion. I believe Lisa brought it up the last time.
We used to do the street sweeping, like I'm sure everybody here remembers. There was a sign on the road that said, no parking on this side on Thursday at this time, whatever. So I think a lot of the issue with the garbage pickup and the trash being all over town is if we could have them run the street sweeper on some of these other streets, might cut down on some of the garbage.
Well, they do run the street sweeper on some of the other streets. The problem is the limited amount of parking. So even if we do one side, you're going to get several complaints about people not being able to park their cars on the streets. And
It wasn't a two-car family, now people have 2 and 3 cars.
In 10 years I've been here.
Street sweeping signs, okay, so I've lived in my house for 15 years, so it was before that, but, I mean, we didn't get any more houses.
No, but people have gotten more cars. People have become a 2-car family now, or a
I'm not
3-car.
opposed to it, I'm just telling you,
Right.
this is what you're going to have to deal with. And then,
And we do
you
it
know,
in these original
well, we got
times.
another $5,000-6,000 in signs.
If you ride through this town early in the morning on these streets, they're packed with cars. They're packed with cars.
Yeah, I think I have 2 spare spots on 10th Street.
Okay, I mean, they, you know. So, I mean, parking is a problem.
I agree though, that we need street sweeping.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's,
And then plus the cost of all the street sweeping signs and having to,
And
Well,
then- and then
we look into where they went first. Can we start
Companies
there?
additional, I can ask Jim how, but he, when I talked to him about it, that was what he mentioned. And then he said what the cost of the sign would be. So I assume they got rid of the signs a long time ago.
They may have, since they moved to a whole different
And
building.
the other big issue is just getting people to comply. If you have one car on the street and, you know, they have to go around it, they end up bringing all that trash out. And it's, and they tried to do Robinson one time, and it took them 4 hours to do one side because they had to wait, because they had posted it, and then we had to wait for the police, and then we had to wait for McGill to come and tow the cars. And it was 4 or 5 hours just to do
yeah.
one block. And then the one car couldn't get moved. I don't know what happened, but he said McGill wouldn't move the car, something happened, and then the flatbed broke. So it's,
It's probably like leaking gas or oil or something.
yeah, I don't know.
What I remember from a long time ago is that people actually used to go out in front of their house and pick up, and that doesn't happen anymore.
It's transient time. Exactly.
Yep. Okay.
Ideally, it's something that we can try to do in the future, but I doubt it's going to be successful.
All right, Mr. President, the last thing on my list is the garbage service contract. And Mike, I have a question for you. Did you have a chance to look at the contract?
I did.
Do we have to bid it out?
So you currently are in, the answer to your question is yes. You have to bid the service. However, you are generally, however, you guys are in a month-to-month extension on that until, one of the parties to the contract cancels it.
Yeah.
Oh, so we didn't sign a year contract up front?
You did,
Okay,
or
well,
you
yours not up yet.
signed for a term, right?
Okay,
But then at the expiration of that term,
Then it's
it goes
month
month to month.
just like renting.
Exactly, yes. Yes.
So as long as we continue the month-to-month, we wouldn't have to bid it.
Correct, or until
Until-
somebody, but they also have the opportunity to, with notice, to cancel.
So as long as both parties are happy, we can continue doing what we're doing forever.
Until,
Technically, yes.
until Swissville wants more money.
Yes.
That's the technically yes.
Yeah,
Precisely yes, yeah.
that's it.
Right.
So, if you don't mind, Dawn, this is the conversation I was alluding to earlier. So the MAP funding, which is Municipal Assistance Program, I got contacted by Stephanie Edwards, she's our planning specialist for the Southeast District. I did ask if we would want to create our own garbage service. That is something we can get funded through them. It is a 50% match. But they basically said we would have to get another community on board with us because it's a sharing type of grant. They want you to work with somebody else, that's the whole, premise of this thing is. But as far as I can tell, I mean, you can get up to $200,000 or more.
Is that just startup, or is that?
I mean, we would have to look into what we would need to do that first. Obviously, we don't have a garbage truck.
And a garbage truck is gonna be between $265 and.
That's if you buy it, you can lease it
And
now.
lease them.
Lisa, is the match, is this as Jim was asking, is that just a startup fee? Do they continue that yearly, this 50%
Oh,
match?
no, yeah, no, that's a one-time thing. It's a
It's
grant.
just a one-time,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
grant. They're not gonna keep giving you
Yeah.
$200,000 every
That's
year.
just to get you off the ground rolling, and then after that,
And
you're,
they will help you plan it out. Like their planning specialist would come here and say, this is what you need, this is how much you need.
Yeah, but what about your landfill fees?
Well, I mean, you're gonna charge people to collect the garbage, right? So.
Yeah,
you're gonna get-
you charge for trash now, Betsy, you charge for trash then.
Not,
We would have to.
Sure.
the cost
Yeah.
of it is-
Would they let us dump there now, is the question.
You mean up
well,
there?
I mean,
Waste
Can they
management.
tell us no?
They like
Did
money.
Waste management tell us no?
You know, I'm not sure, but I mean, that's the business they're in,
Yeah.
right? So if they have, and I'm not an expert in that industry or even
That's what-
ignorant in that industry, but if they have room, I'm sure they'll
Swissville's
let you
Yeah.
know.
They'll take money. That's not a question.
Yeah,
Money for got it.
money talks.
But, so that was just, something I asked about that we could potentially look into. Futuristically.
That's all I have, Mr. President, unless someone else has a comment for this.
Alrighty, thank you. We will go on to electric, that is myself. I'd like to make a motion to approve Sunbelt Solomon repairing the substation transformer for approximately $5,200, plus the cost of additional materials if need be.
second.
Motion made and seconded, any questions?
Is that for the leaks?
Yes.
Correct. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Just to let everybody know, the crew has replaced 29 utility poles this past year. And that is all for electric. Moving on. Solicitor's report.
I have no other public report, Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you. Engineers report.
Yeah, I just wanted to engineer report. I think we talked about everything I was gonna talk about, because we've been talking about a lot of.
Did you have a question, Jim, that you were
Yeah, so
asking him
what
before?
were we gonna ask you?
About the roadway on Jewel Way, the wall.
Yeah, so, I mean, nothing's changed, it's still, the culvert's still in bad condition, but I don't know if you've been up there, but Jim put like a bunch of aggregate and rocks to the right, and the traffic has a little bit, he widened that by going
That's helped the drainage.
towards
out
the
there.
garage, and he put a bunch of riprap in the drainage to try and get it underneath there. Certainly the bridge, or the culvert's still not in good shape, but in essence, traffic's pulling over to the right where it's better. So at best, it's a temporary solution.
Just wondered about it.
Yeah.
Because I know a few years back it was bad, and we checked it all out.
Yeah,
We sent Mark to a class for dirt road and low volume road grant that we're applying for.
Yep.
So we had them come out and look at it, and they think it's a good candidate because there's just two houses, well, there's three houses technically, but after the bridge we're referring to, there's only two houses.
but that'd be for the whole road, not just the bridge.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Anything else, Don?
No, I mean, it's cleaner up there right now than it was before.
Yeah, much.
All right. Anybody else have anything for the engineer?
Don, is there a possibility of putting like townhouses, like what they're doing up, what they did up off of Haymaker? I mean,
You mean up on Jewel Way?
yeah,
Well, I mean, if you did that, you'd have to rebuild the road.
no, that's what,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And I mean, there's land up there.
I know
There's
there's
utilities going up there, those are the two things that they were looking for. Now, you might need to upsize some of the utilities,
Yeah.
you know, as far as capacity goes.
Okay.
But, no, I mean, the main thing would probably be the, you know, rebuilding the road.
I mean, I know there's a lot of land up there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like it'd be a good candidate to me.
All right. Borough Manager's Report.
All right, our 2023 annual audit and financial report has been submitted and approved by the Governor's Center for Local Government Services. Our real estate tax collected in July was $51,293. That's $410,365 to date in the 2024 taxes. There were $44,074 in 2023 taxes collected and $46,811 in delinquent taxes collected in 2024. Year-to-date financial reports were submitted to council. One thing that wasn't on there because we got it late Friday was the payment from Wilmerding. Our capital improvement account, it has $389,722. Electric system capital improvements, $102,253. Liquid fuels has $75,393. Local Dirty Camp Run has $70,927. The Sewer Capital Fund has $905,024. Public Safety Fund has $103,293. ARPA has $64,795 left. Bond Repayment Fund has $331,515. Park and Rec account has $13,199, and the Park and Rec Special Events Fund has $5,994. That's it.
Mike, can I ask you a quick question? What, let me go back and figure out what the heck was that, can I ask you? Oh, the bond repayment fund, what is our bond payment?
Our bond payment this year was, the principal payment was $140,000, and the interest was two payments of $59,000.
Oh, okay.
So that 331 has been set up for future payments if we need it.
Okay.
So far, we've been able to make our payments without touching that. So that's about a payment and a half worth of money sitting there, so. Next, I think it's in 2030, 31, the payments really jump up for a couple of years and then they come back down.
How many more years do?
2043. And this baby's ours.
We'll have a party.
All right.
Probably won't be around.
Police Chief.
No, but thanks. All I know, there's a bunch of land up on Jewel Way. I know where Max and I will be tomorrow tracking.
Up the hill.
Yep, you like it. That's it. No, I'm good. Nothing to say.
I thought maybe you'd want to develop it with me.
All right, do I hear an adjournment?
Mr. President, I have an off-the-wall question. We have 3 abandoned churches. Any status on them?
We can look into it, but.
I just wondered.
Nick probably
Yeah, if you want to.
He's been trying to find somebody to buy the one on Highland. The one on Third, I don't think anybody's interested in selling it.
No, the guy that is on Third Street, he lives in Florida, he has no interest. I know that,
Center Avenue Methodist?
Colonel was going to buy
yeah.
it, but he's waiting for the 6th Street project to be done, and he's gonna, go after that one. But after that, the only empty church I'll have after that is the Third and Highland.
What
And
about,
Third and Highland's gonna be a
All right.
challenge.
what about,
Thank you.
Old Center?
You guys can continue that after the meeting. We're gonna,
Senator,
I hear the adjourn.
I'll make that a motion.
First, second, third, 12th.
Motion to adjourn, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.